Well, another headline maker is obviously James Harden, who is an unbelievable player, makes a lot of headlines, stirs up a lot of things, and the deadline for James Harden to opt into his $47.37 million player option for the upcoming 2022-23 season is at 5 p.m. today, and Woj is reporting that Harden would be more than likely to opt in than sign an extension for 2 more seasons at a substantial number, but still lower than a max salary figure, which brings us to what is the Sixers' ceiling presently as it is constructed?
Well, I mean, listen, Harden really fell off the last year and a half. He's never been great in postseason scenarios anyway, where he's the same. He's never been great. I've always thought he's a little overrated. Hey, wait, Van Gundy tells me he's better than Jerry West. Jeff, he's not better than Jerry West. I'm sorry. Don't go. I don't care what he does.
I love when you start talking about guys from the 60s and 70s.
This is the first chance out. There you go. You haven't heard me do this yet, have you?
Oh, yeah, I have. I can't wait for chapter 2. I want to hear this.
It's coming.
It's coming. The show is young.
I kind of feel the same way with Harden I do with Kyrie. If there's ever an off season where he's not going to go to Vegas and he's going to realize, you know what, I'm going to work on my game 6-7 hours a day, get myself in primo shape, and really play with Embiid 70 games, this is the year. He played awful, except for the one game. He played awful against the Heat in the postseason last year. He was terrible in the last 2 games, got booed out of the arena, although I was in Ireland, I didn't hear it, but I listened to you. They told me they booed him out of the arena. So as a result of that, you would think that light a little fire under him. I know he's a little different. You know him better than me. I would think this year he'd give you a pretty good effort, so I'll say the ceiling for the Sixers is a little higher than normal.
Yeah.
In the next couple of days, we could have a changing of the way James Harden is viewed in Philadelphia.
Okay.
The Sixers are operating right now like they're about to have some salary flexibility. And it looks like they're going to try to sign P.J. Tucker. The only way they can do that is if they trade a player, which I don't see, or if James Harden is ready to take a pay cut off of this $47 million right now. Now, it doesn't have to happen this way, but James Harden could be on the verge of opting out of his contract and not only not taking a max, but lowering his salary this year to open up space to add a player. And so this is a guy who demanded out of Houston, demanded out of Brooklyn. His first order of business when he got to Philadelphia was to say, I know you want me to pick up this option so that we know that there's no drama next summer, but I'm actually not going to pick it up. I know that I said I was going to pick it up, but I'm not going to pick it up. Imagine your first order of business with a team that's just stuck their neck out to trade for you is to kind of go back on the word that you already made. Having said all that, he might be about to really help them build this team.
Fair.
So let's see what he does with this option today. Woj is right. There's no concern that he's not going to be a Sixer. And I don't think he's signing for a max. But he could really, and remember, he played with P.J. Tucker in Houston when Daryl Morey was there.
So he knows him.
And
likes him.
You mentioned that series. 2 years ago, Milwaukee with P.J. Tucker plays Miami. They lose. Miami loses. They go, boy, we'd really like to have that P.J. Tucker guy. Last year, Philly plays Miami with P.J. Tucker.
Yeah.
And even after the last game, Embiid was like, boy, P.J. Tucker was really good. And now they're trying to bring him in. And Harden could be facilitating that. So obviously what really matters is what he does on the court, the condition he's in. But James Harden could be shifting a little bit in his priorities and his team, his willingness to help the team in this next 48 hours.
Okay. I love what you guys have said. Here's the problem what you had to say. Joel Embiid told us exactly what he thought of James Harden after they lost in the playoff series. That James Harden is not there anymore. Whatever James Harden you're going to get, is it going to be good enough to be a team that contend in the Eastern Conference? Joel Embiid already laid that out by telling everybody, we can't allow him to be the Robin on this basketball team. If it has to be Tyrese Maxey, they're hoping Tobias Harris. We thought somebody didn't play well in the playoff series. That guy, Tobias Harris, getting a lot of money. You can't just be part of the Justice League on the outside looking in. You got to go help people take down the villain. And he didn't do that for the Philadelphia 76ers. So if they're relying on James Harden to be the Robin to the Batman that is Joel Embiid says, I can't trust that Robin. When Joel Embiid speaks, I'm just like the old E.F. Hutton commercials. I'm going to listen. I'm going to pay attention to him. So if he's telling us that already, I know they wait for a full training camp. You're right, Winnie. You're right, Chris. You got to see what he's going to look like. What kind of shape is he going to be in? Is he going to commit? But even if he does, Joel Embiid has basically told everybody, I don't know if we can rely on that guy to make us a championship team. And if that's how he felt and he still feels that way, I think they're sealing the Eastern Conference semifinals. They'll beat somebody in the first round. They'll be a top 4, top 5 seed, maybe a top 3 seed. But once they get past the second round, you're going to run in maybe a Brooklyn, maybe Milwaukee, maybe Miami, or maybe a Boston. I'll trust those 4 teams because, like you said, Chris, in the playoffs, as great as James Harden has been in the playoffs, he's less than wonderful. He allowed a Houston Rockets team in a Game 6 where Steph Curry went 0 for the first half, and they lost that game at home. And that has continued in his playoff career. That's a guy I'm not going to trust because Joel Embiid, like E.F. Hutton, I'm paying attention, told everybody that's not the guy we're getting, and that's not the guy that's going to help us win.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.